Good morning and welcome back to Morning at 10 TV. This is the show that keeps you informed, keeps you updated on everything that concerns you as a Ugandan. And on this particular segment, we'd like to indulge you also. And the hashtag is Morning at 10 TV. Let's have a review on the past Martyr's Day celebration that actually took place yesterday. And I have Andrew Chamagero on standby. Andrew Chamagero?
Yes, Mala, a very great morning.
Good morning
Looking
to you.
Looking at the review of the Martyr's Day.
Yes, yesterday you were there. You were there from morning to evening. You actually saw everything that happened. Let's start from the point of the security. How was security executed yesterday? I know President Museveni actually applauded the police for doing a great job. How was it on ground? Well, the reality is security was uptight 2 weeks to the big event, and the more we got closer to it, the more they actually tightened the security ahead of time. And I want to assure you, the security that was at Namugongo, it gives you one clear picture. When it comes to security, you can mess up with other details, but Uganda, we are very strong when it comes to security. So yes, we had a couple of lapses, like on Saturday night. There was an incident of one sergeant in the UPDF who actually shot 4 of his colleagues, but he was handled mangu, and the ones actually shot, they were taken to hospital and they were out of danger by 8 p.m. on Saturday. So security was tight. We had all sister agencies working, and not only that, they even had other agencies. You know, we have the ground agencies like KCCA. These guys who have always been on the streets trying to handle situations that want to go porous. They were there. We had the scouts, we had the pathfinders, we had the Bazaveri program. It was a whole cluster of security people. So security was actually beefed up. Let's get to the checkpoints. How were they frisking the pilgrims as they accessed Namugongo shrines? First of all, I want to commend the Uganda police for 2 things: for offering safety gears to the security officers who are at the checkpoints. These were equipped with gloves. They were equipped with masks, nose and mouth masks, because you never know someone you're touching or what you're touching and where it's coming from. So they were well equipped. Now the checking was simple. Stay in the line, get checked, then go through. It was that simple. But I commend the officers who were there, because I happened to look at the main entrance. I was there for like 2 hours trying to monitor how things are being done. The dynamics were simple. The ladies worked tirelessly. Same applied to the men. But when we had elderly coming through and the children, they're given a separate line, because for them they're tired and they're old and young, so they were given a much more faster move. Okay, speaking of children, actually the police has come out to say that 18 children and 3 adults are in their custody because yesterday they got lost. How was that? And because I remember on Friday we were having a discussion with the Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson, Luke, Afande Luke, and he was saying that they actually gave the pilgrims an order not to come in with the children. But for those who had to come with the children, for example, pilgrims that walked all, way from Tororo and this other regions, then most of them actually came with children because that order came in much later. And they were saying that all the adults should keep the children with them, and even if it means tying your child to yourself, you make sure that you have your child with you and you keep you have your eye on them. So how is it that we had people get lost? Fine, I'm sure and I'm happy that the numbers are down compared to what we expected, because the total number was over 4 million and we have 21 lost. For starters, I will say this: Ugandans, bad name put 2. We don't listen. However much you are cautioned that this is going to be bad for you, how could you come with a 2-year-old to Namugongo? Yes, I understand it's an issue of faith. It's you showing your child that, well, this is where you belong in religion. But I mean, the multitudes, the mammoth that is there does not allow you to actually come with a kid. So these kids that got lost, I would wish police could actually get the parents But before they let this kid go out, let them penalize this parent. Because at the end of the day, it's your mandate as a parent. If you've gone with a child, take good care of your child. Make sure you're in range with your child.
So on this one, you're not...
Sad, but yes, the numbers have gone down a little bit. That means the police child protection unit is working, because it could be the one that could identify that, oh, these ones are here, these ones are here, and then they place them in the right segment. So for me, I still want to blame the parents themselves or the guardians who came with such children.
So
but there was a young boy, there was a young boy who is 10 years of age.
Yes.
He came with his grandmother. Now, this guy comes from Kasese district. He had come to pray that God can help the father get school fees. And the school fees he pays, it's funny, it's 70,000 Ugandan shilling. This is a story that touched my heart. And I saw my friend Innocent Nahawe trying to fundraise for this child. I was like, we need to help such people, because the young ones who actually come, they walk all the way, they have things they actually have at heart. They believe that God only can intervene.
I totally agree with you. And that was a great move. And we applaud actually part of our crew who came through and tried to mobilize people to just contribute towards this this child's education. And I'm shocked, Andrew Chamagari, actually saying that the parents of this 18 children should be penalized. On this one, you're not with Omuntu Awansi.
No, they should. I am. But you see, being Omuntu Awansi does not rid you of being a clamor, being lazy.
Yes.
You know, this is a child's life. You can handle the pressure, you can handle the noise. But I mean, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, what are they going even to understand? It's too much for them to comprehend. Too much noise, too many people. Mommy is going around, I'm hungry, she's not paying attention, she's so much praying. It's a lot for the kids to process. So ideally, leave the children at home. You go do what you have to be doing, then you get back. It's just one day to cry out loud. So being Omuntu Awansi does not mean that you should be that shallow-minded, that you prioritize the safety of your children. They should be penalized.
That's true, that's true. And on this one, I'm with you. Let's talk Martyr's health and how actually the health beat was handled. And the numbers actually are shocking, because out of the over 4 million pilgrims that attended yesterday's celebration, 33,000 fell ill. Was it ill? And also maybe some actually blacked out, fainted, and all these things. And out of the 33,000, 60 were life-threatening emergencies. Give us an update about that, Andrew.
Well, when it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to matters of hygiene, sanitation, and all that, Namugongo has enough to actually cater for this. But not only that, Namugongo had to actually liaise with the neighbors around. Like they could actually open up their, you know, their restrooms for the pilgrims and all that. But when it comes to issue of hygiene and the likes, we had some challenges there. Because remember, this is a place that was flocked to from Friday night. So chances of cleaning and keeping the place in good hygiene, it entirely depended on who had the stall where. But in the grounds, they had their own team that was working. I saw a couple of schools actually teaming up with them to actually work. Like the entire school would come and they would pick rubbish around and they take it. So there was some coordination. But again, I strongly believe Namugongo needs another kind of a big facility to handle hygiene, to handle sanitation. We had a challenge on Thursday night. The pilgrims were saying that the toilets were being locked at 8 p.m. And remember, others actually arrived midnight, past 1. So when you arrive to your destination, the first thing for me is to look for a restroom. So imagine looking for it and it's not there and you're in dire need. So I'm thinking, in the subsequent years, as time goes by, I think we need to learn from this as a country. We learn how best we could actually upgrade the system of sanitation and hygiene. We have the shower rooms that are enough for the women and the men. We have enough restrooms. And maybe build some public restrooms outside the what? Outside the shrines, that people can actually access them, or we can actually just tender them out. Someone could actually build them, and we pay some little money. That is affordable to the Omuntu Awansi.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that update on the sanitation bit. But still on health emergencies, the health workers and other first responders actually says that over 33,000 pilgrims yesterday fainted, And out of that, 60 were actually life-threatening emergencies. What's the update on that? What actually transpired?
Well, the update on that, Mala, the fact that you actually have the figures right, it literally shows that we had attention to them. So the emergency group, the Red Cross, we had St. John's ambulance, we had a couple of the Pathfinders, the Scout, the Uganda Scouts, the Pathfinders, the Bazaveri. All this shows you that Ugandans were ready to save lives. Ugandans had facilities and avenues on how best they could actually save these lives. But again, I think we need to go a little back and we be like, okay, if I have this disease, do I qualify to be in such a multitude?
Correct.
If I have asthma and I don't have my inhaler, should I go for such big events? I mean, this all comes back to reality therapy. You as an individual, before you go for big occasions, big concerts, big forums, first weigh your health. Are you good with multitudes? Can you breathe? Can you handle that?
Yes.
And then it comes back to our, because much as they can actually help you around, you never know. Sometimes it could be too late. So it goes back to us.
Yeah.
These emergencies happen, and I'm glad that Red Cross and all other service providers engaged them in real time, and we didn't have any case of someone die. But I saw a lady who was pregnant. She blacked out.
Oh, wow.
7 months pregnant. Why would you, Banange? Okay, I know we love God. I know we believe in God, but 7 months pregnant, you're walking in a mammoth in Namugongo. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand we love God, but if you love God that much, come a little earlier before crowds actually spill over, that you can sit in a place that is more conducive for your condition. And make sure you're Banang. I just felt so bad for her.
Yeah,
She's 7 months pregnant. She blacks out. We are in a panic to take her. We are not sure whether she's about to get in Juice Gamba. It was all sort of cover you.
But she's now fine, I hope. She's fine.
She's fine. But from what I heard from a couple of reports, there was a kid during the stampede when they were opening the gates. There was a lot of stampede there, and a young boy was actually trampled on. I'm not sure whether this kid is dead, but he was taken off the scene in a critical condition. It all came back to the organization because when the service was done, the gates were still locked and people wanted to go out. Now the pressure on the gates and the security people, before the diplomats and the dignitaries get out, it got a little messed up there.
Yeah. And we'll keep you updated on the 60 that were actually reported to have been in a life-threatening emergency. Andrew Tamagero, we still had issues still on security. Fine, it was beefed up, it was at 100%, but actually the police apprehended a few thieves who tried to pickpocket, you know, the pilgrims. How about that? What exactly happened? Did you see people being raised in the air and being handcuffed?
No. In Uganda, when you organize an event, there are two things that come through. Security will be stronger, but we have the Chifesi boys. For them, they call it a field day. That they will tell you, a field day. So, first of all, I want to commend the security guys for at least listening on the numbers. The numbers are not surging today, but previously it would be up there. So this time around, I'm at least proud of the Uganda police and the security agencies. Those are few cases they registered, but again, they have to be brought to book. They have to be brought to justice. We have to look at how best we are going to handle this. We are not going to go to mediocrity kind of petty thieves because we feel it's normal to have them. So the Chifesi came, they did their work, they were arrested. Let's bring them to book.
And back to politics, actually, our president, Mr. Museveni, was actually in attendance, and he pledged to actually build the Anglican shrine and to help the church to have a new face of the shrine. Tell us a little bit about that.
I really feel sorry for our president. He has a lot of things to handle. Now he pledged to build the Anglican shrine. He's pledging a lot of things going around. From my point of view, it's a good heart. It's out of goodwill. But again, I'm looking from an approach where what can other people do that can join forces with the state that we can build a cohesive kind of shelter. I don't want to look at the president always coming out saying, oh, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do this. I would rather suggest the president says, oh, I have this much. if you guys can fundraise and we add on to this, we can build this.
Yes.
But whenever he says that I'm pledging, I'm going to build the Anglican shrine, before you know, political commentators are going to jump on it. Oh, he promised this, he didn't deliver, he even lied to the church. We shouldn't go in that angle.
But
so,
Andrew, actually,
the president pledged
yes.
to handle the Anglican shrine.
Yeah.
We as the Anglicans, can we take center stage to this whole kind of cause?
But I think where this is coming from is the government actually spent 90 billion shillings to develop the Catholic shrine. So I think now the Anglican shrine is like, you helped out the Catholic shrine, how about then this? So I think maybe his pledge came at a point of pressure, at a point of trying to match up. Don't you think?
Mala, what you're saying is the Catholic Church was given 90 billion by the state.
Yes.
Yes. But the Catholic Church had a campaign that was running on all media platforms. It was called Yo-Yo Ta Namugongo. And this, the church was urging the Christians, the faithfuls, to send as little as 500 shilling to a particular mobile number. Now, this is the same approach I'm looking for from the Anglicans. Yes, the state gave, but they had their other campaign that everyone could get involved. Everyone could feel like a part of this campaign.
Yes, so it should be a pull kind of thing where the believers contribute to this kitty and the government also contributes to this kitty. Still speaking about matters money, matters sente. We had many businesses thriving throughout last week and yesterday.
Oh my God. From what I can tell you, Mala, from my people about 1C, the sales were not as profound as they were previously.
Oh, really?
This time round, there was too much control. This messed up my people. They didn't make the sales the way it had to be. Then secondly, the fact that the checking points were many people did not actually make it to the grounds. They were stopped from the far end. Now, this affected business as well. The businesses that thrived in the lane of business, they were lodges because people wanted to sleep in some areas.
Yes.
People wanted food. Food was a little expensive. The cheapest was 5K. And then pork.
5K a plate? 5K a plate?
Hey, it was up there.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Andrew Chamagari also told me that you had a shop within the shrines. How did it fare? Did you make profits yourself?
Did I do what?
Did you make profits out of your shop? You told us that you had a shop set up for business.
Well, yes, I had a shop for business, but when you see me, my stalls were for chapatis.
Yes.
Those ones go anytime, any day. The first person, the Muntua ones, will just say, I need a Rolex. It's moving. It's affordable. It's 2,000 Ugandan shillings. Bit by bit, you're making money. So I didn't get a shock, but I felt again for my other business people who could actually have under load, but they didn't because of the dynamics of the whole event arrangement.
And let's talk about matters traffic flow around Namugongo. Did you feel like it was executed in a great way yesterday? Because I understand that only people or cars with stickers actually were allowed to access the designated parking areas that were set out. Do you feel like on that actually particular day yesterday, did that strategy help and in terms of traffic flow and the ease when it comes to that?
Well, from where I stand and what I saw, traffic was well managed.
Yes.
Imagine if they could allow cars straight from the Nadia roundabout all the way to Namugongo, it will be mayhem. But we used all the roadside on that road as parking space, which worked for the organization. Then traffic and the alternative routes that were given, it all worked. The stickers on the cars that were designated to be in that kind of perimeter, it equally worked because time and again we have had people driving VTs competing with the presidential motorcade. Who does that? The vice president is coming and someone with Raum is equally hooting. So I think this time around it was more organized, it was more delegated. People knew, oh, this is where I stop, then I can walk. But again, this in the long time, when we're all done, it affected the neighborhood because people were parking the way they want anywhere. And this gave a window to the Chifesi boys who pluck out, you know, headlights and rear lights.
Yeah. So as we bring this discussion to a close, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate, or where would you place this year's celebrations in terms of excellence and all these other factors that come into play? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, excellence, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would put it at 7.
Oh.
Why at 7?
Yes.
We are getting there.
Yes.
We are learning a few dynamics. It's work in progress. We learned that, oh, security is paramount, or even my personal behavior is key to how this is going to be handled. So we are getting there. It's 7%, but rather 7 out of 10, but we are it's a progressive work, and I believe in the next few years we'll actually be beyond 10, or God knows where.
Oh yeah, we totally hope that in the next coming years then we'll get to 8, we'll get to 9, and maybe 10 over 10.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? That's certainly possible.
I hope so.
Yes. Yeah, so we're taking a short commercial break, but when we return, we'll be having more in store for you. Stay tuned.